Hey guys, JT, Living Analog. Today's video, I am going to build a parts caster Esquire. And I do air quotes here because I am not wiring it strictly like an Esquire. In an Esquire, it has a dark circuit, and that uses a resistor and I think two capacitors. To where you can use a pickup selector and change the tone of the pickup. But I have no use for the dark circuit because it sounds like this. It's like all muffled. I have no use for that. So what I'm going to be doing is wiring the pickup directly to the volume pot and the tone control. So basically, I just have the pickup straight up, you know. There's no selecting or anything else except for use of the volume and tone control. You'll see me lacquer the guitar body and then attach the neck and do all the wiring, and we'll see how it turns out. So first things first, if you are going to be finishing a guitar body, first thing I would suggest you do is make one of these. And I got the idea for this after I went on a tour of one of the Gibson plants. This is just basically a jig that you attach to the body like that. And that way you can either hang it up or you can manipulate it around, and you can basically get the finish or the lacquer or whatever just absolutely everywhere. So I made this out of just a piece of scrap wood and some screws, and simple as that. All right, so we're all connected here. Got my paddle set up. So the next thing I'm going to do is use the air duster, get all the particles off, and use a clean, I know this doesn't look clean, but it is, microfiber, just kind of rub it down. All right, so just kind of show you what I'm doing here. We're just using some regular clear wood finish. I like to use lacquer, and generally, with this stuff, with guitars, you're going to want to spray it, because spraying it makes certain that you're getting a nice, even finish. On this guitar, I'm not so much worried about that, and I really don't want to put time into, you know, mixing the lacquer and warming it up and getting it in the gun and setting up an area to spray and all that kind of thing. So I'm just kind of going with a quick and dirty, and with this guitar I'm not entirely too worried about it. So basically all I'm gonna do here is get a little bit on the brush and start to gingerly wipe it on like this. You don't need a whole lot, you just need a thin coat. Again, I'm not really worried about if it's bumpy or if it's uneven or what. And even if it were, that's something that I can fix with sanding. So again, just a nice even pull across the body. There we go. And if there's a little bit of spillage over, I'm not too worried about it, because I'm actually going to do the entire body in one swipe. So I'll do this, and we will wait about 2 hours, take a look at it, and do another coat. All right, we completed round number 1 of the lacquer. So here it is, hanging up in the old garage. Like I said, we're going to wait 2 hours and do round 2. Alright, back here on the bench, We have the body all lacquered up, and it's been a week. The good thing about this brush on lacquer is it dries quickly, it cures quickly. So we're in pretty good shape. There's a lot of little imperfections, some drip marks, that kind of thing. Like I said, this isn't the 100% best technique if you want a really good looking finish, but this is something that I'm going to have that I'm going to play out, and it's just going to be on the stage as a second guitar. So I don't really care about that. So the next thing we're going to do is wire this sucker up. All right, so what we're going to do here, first of all, the input jack. This is already wired up. This has one wire that has a ground and a hot connection in it. So these will be connected directly to the volume pot. The hot connection goes to the middle tine, and the ground goes to is soldered to the top. So it'll look something like that. The pickup is so the red lead, the hot lead, is going into this third tine of the volume pot, and the black wire, or the ground, will be grounded to the top, and this blue wire that is grounded to the bridge plate will be grounded to the top as well. And that's it for me. That's all I want. I want my pickup going straight into the volume. I want to be able to utilize the tone circuit, but I don't need the switch at all. Okay, got us all wired up. The next thing I'm going to do is test it. One good way to test if a pickup is working, if your wiring is working, is just take a piece of metal, plug the guitar in, and then tap it on the pickup. And then you can, if you got the volume turned up really loud, you can switch. And if you have multiple pickups, you can test them that way. You can also test the volume and tone circuits that way. The tone, even, you can tell the change in the tone. So that's what I'm fixing to go do. I'll be back. All right. So I just went and checked. Our wiring job worked pretty well. So the next step is I'm going to put the neck on, and I'm going to put this Strat style neck on. This is one that came with. I bought this like collection of. Well, it wasn't a collection. It was like 10 necks and like 4 or 5 bodies, and I haven't used this thing in years or had a use for it. But it seems pretty good. It's got these old style tuners on it. It may actually be a Fender neck. The thing that sucks about it is, if you look, somebody put these aftermarket water slides on, which that's fine, I guess. I don't know. I don't really see a whole lot of sense in it. But they didn't put it on top. They put it on, basically they lacquered over it. And so for me to get these damn things off, I'm going to have to like douse this thing in lacquer thinner or try to grind it off or whatever, which is a huge pain. So first of all, putting these water slides on when they're not legit, it's kind of stupid, because what you end up doing is, especially if you lacquer over it, you're going to be stuck with it. So don't do that. It's dumb. All right, got the neck on. Like I said, folks, quick and dirty. This isn't going to win any awards or anything like that, but it looks right, and I just need it as a second guitar on stage, probably to play some specific songs. So there we go. Got the strings on. Just FYI, the strings set really high off the neck, so I put a shim in the bottom. So basically cut a little piece of basswood like that and loosen the neck and dropped it down so where it sits behind the heel, right about that position. and it pretty much took care of that problem. So aside from that, no problems. So I don't know, maybe an hour, 2 hours since I had all the parts together, we got the guitar and it's ready to go. Well, here it is, folks. All done, all put together. I think it turned out pretty well. It sounds great. Fully functional, very loud, just a really cool guitar. If you ever want to put a guitar together, it's a lot easier and cheaper than you think. This body probably ended up costing like 50 bucks, maybe 50 bucks for the neck and tuners, 25, 30 bucks for the pickup. I mean, there isn't a whole lot to it. And now I have something that I can take on stage and pull out for a different sound or whatever I need. Like and subscribe, and there will be more of this silly kind of stuff in the future on my channel. So, cheers.